Nobody, 5-0. Thank you. Next, item 13, discuss and possible action regarding the order for final payment for Westgate project and authorizing county judge to sign final transfer documents. So move. Second. Okay, and what this is as soon as we get all the warranty papers from Albright, we accept them, we give them the final check, but we need the warranty documentation to give to the base. That's what it's for.
So then it'll be over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all we're waiting for is the warranty deeds and all the work. Okay. All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, nobody. Thank you. 5-0. All right, item 14, discuss possible action to allow Cadena bull riding benefit events to use the Valverde County Fairgrounds on June the 23rd. I think we've done that every year. So
Motion approved. Second.
there's a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, nobody. Thank you. 5-0. Item 15, discuss and possible action to lease agreement between Valverde County and Dario 4x4 mud raising, May 19, 2018.
Move. Where they want to do that?
Mud raising, they do it every year.
Where they want to do that?
It's right inside the arena. There's a pit that they dug out.
And they have stands there.
Not the arena, right inside the track.
I vote no.
Okay.
Last year, it interfered with the, I voted no last year also, and the 4-H program, the kids had their 4-H show there, and those engines racing up and all, right there where the 4-H horse show is.
Okay.
And it was a big interference.
Okay. Okay, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed?
No.
4-1. Okay. Next, item 16, discuss possible action on the use of a coal fuel for rundown summer camp for softball June 18th.
Move. Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Nobody. 5-0. Item 17, discuss possible action on the lease agreement between Valverde County and the Dario Rotary Club for the use of Valverde County Fairgrounds for the Independence Day Rodeo, June the 29th, 2018.
Move.
So move. Second. Okay, any more discussion? If not, all those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, nobody. 5-0. Next, item 18, discuss possible action on purchasing new computer for the ag agent in the amount of $1,103. This would be the amount paid for Valverde County, and A&M will pay the remaining amount.
The new ag agent, the computer that was there is no longer working. RAM looked at the system that they're requesting. A&M does pay a portion of it. We need to replace our computer. I'll make a motion to authorize a purchase and to take the money out of the savings of salaries to pay for that $1,103.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. 5-0. Item 19, discuss possible action permitting Aerotech in association with Texas 811 to the use of Valverde County Community Center for Tuesday, May the 8th, 2018, for the purpose of providing safety advice to contractors, excavators, and first responders for the prevention of improper response to a pipeline.
Judge, we've got some videos. Mr. Barrera's gonna set them up, and it's gonna tell us that it's gonna take place in that event, maybe a breakdown more or less.
Did you have somebody to speak for this? Or
I've got Joseph Strange with the City of Del Rio Gas Department,
Okay.
but after we see the videos, he'll come up here and introduce himself.
Okay.
We're out here today for a pipeline safety demonstration with the Central Texas Damage Prevention Council. We're here to emphasize the importance of calling 811. If you're a homeowner and you're getting irrigation done or a fence constructed, you're going to need for the contractor that you're utilizing to call 811. If you're doing it yourself, the same rule applies to you. The excavator has to make the call. Once the marks are on the ground, you need to excavate safely around those marks, hand digging within 18 inches either side of the marking. What we're going to see here today is a live pipeline rupture. We're going to have the Austin Fire Department come in and demonstrate what they do when the fire department is called on the scene of a natural gas incident. And then we're going to show the gas company safely mitigating the damage. and overall how to prevent the damages, and then what steps to take in the event that you do the damage. The Railroad Commission regulates the underground pipeline damage prevention program. We want to make sure that the excavators are safe when they're digging. We have rules that when excavators are digging, they should call before they dig. And they should be careful around the pipelines. There's a tolerance zone which they should only use hand tools in to take care and prevent any type of damage to pipelines. We will review damages from excavation activities and see if there are any type of violations with those damages.
In a Texas gas incident, we're responsible for the mitigation or sometimes the exclusion zones in that area. We respond on a tiered response, which is we can have from anywhere from 1 to 6 or 7 units on scene based on what we have there. The on-site crew takes command and control of the scene in there. We have to set exclusion zones that do not allow people in there. We help work with the gas company who is going to truly mitigate it.
Texas is a big state with a lot of underground pipelines, and we want people to be aware of where those pipelines are and be safe around them.
We've got one more YouTube video.
Any popcorn?
Commissioner, we'd like to introduce you. Thank you, Randy. Working safely around natural gas pipelines was the key message today at the mock line strike demonstration. A leading cause of pipeline incidents is third-party excavation damage. Gas-related events impact not only the safety of excavators, but also public safety. The mock line strike demonstration is a program geared towards educating excavators on safe digging practices around natural gas pipelines. SC 811 and several utilities, including SCE&G, helped sponsor the event.
Perfect scenario.
We believe this is a really great opportunity to share our damage prevention and public safety message in not just a classroom environment, but also out here in a real-world scenario.
Education through demonstration was the theme for today's event. Calling SC 811 before any excavation project is vital.
This really has a more realistic effect to what we're trying to show about awareness around gas lines, as well as awareness of needing to call 811 before you dig in South Carolina.
First responders and excavators attending the demonstration today learned firsthand how quickly things can go wrong. The mock line strike demonstration provided excavators and first responders 2 key takeaways: how to safely perform excavation projects and how to properly handle a line strike situation.
I feel events like this are very necessary because as excavators, we need to actually see what can happen when we don't exercise proper call before you dig techniques.
When working along natural gas pipelines, safety is a top priority. The lesson learned today is to always call SC 811 before you dig. From the South Carolina Fire Academy, I'm Amy Murray.
It's got a couple other videos that are more like news feeds. You want me to go ahead and play those?
Well, I don't know if the court wants to. No, that's fine. I think Mr. Owens.
Because I have to stop by 9:15. I
Yes,
have to
sir.
hear you.
Okay, let me disconnect.
Do we have time to,
Yeah.
Mr. Joseph?
Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, Joseph.
I'm Joseph Strain, the City of Del Rio Gas Department. We just wanted to say that we're involved with this also. We promote Texas 811, call before you dig. So this is something very important to us too, and we are going to be involved with the excavator and line spotter, line locator.
Y'all gonna provide a loader and a backhoe, right?
A backhoe,
Yeah.
and the operator, a spotter, line locator needed. Yes.
Well, thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
It's the 8th of May? The 8th of
May
May?
the 8th, yes.
Okay.
It's gonna start 6:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Oh, what time?
6:30 in the morning.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir, sir.
I'd just like to commend Commissioner Flores for bringing this to the community, because just yesterday, we had another pipeline company in my office requesting information about permits. There will be at least 2 additional pipelines coming through, maybe 3, and we appreciate that, Commissioner.
Thank you, sir.
The name of the pipeline is All American Pipe?
Plain All-American.
Plain All American. Thank you. Do we need them to add?
No motion. I mean, taking no action on this.
Okay. Okay, now let's go back to the public hearing. Public hearing in regards to lots 1 and 2, block 7, Double E Park Estates. Public hearing, anyone to speak for or against?
Thank you, Judge. This is a very simple replat. And this is an opportunity for anybody that has to make a comment for or against this replat to make it. Let me explain what happened here. This is in Daugherty Park Estates. 95% of the lots in Daugherty Park Estates are the same size, 97 by 200 feet. And this is not an uncommon situation because the original subdividers of Daugherty Park Estates either purposely or by error omitted sideline setbacks. There are no sideline setbacks in Daugherty Park Estates. There are many situations where houses are built right up to the lot line or sometimes encroaching. This is a case where there was an encroachment. And it's my understanding that both lots are owned by their family. And it was a very simple process in order to reduce the size of one lot. Instead of the lot being 97 feet wide, it will be 85 feet wide, and the other lot will increase to 105 feet. And by the way, this all meets the minimum front line as far as supply size, the city and county's minimum requirement for the width of a lot. Is there any comment for or against this? I recommend it be closed.
Okay. No comment, then this hearing is closed. Okay. Now let's go item number 20, discuss the possible action regarding general liability workers' compensation requirement for service providers do business with Daugherty County. And we brought it back again because last time we didn't decide if we want to, a small job, we still need or go ahead.
There was some research done, and I'll ask Mr. Cerny, which is the person that was communicating with our risk pool, if he would elaborate on the results that he obtained.
Thank you. Judge, Commissioners, at the request of our county attorney, I made inquiries from Texas Association of Counties, person that is considered the guru of workman's comp for Texas Association of Counties, Stacy Carluccio, and she provided us with this information, which I've gone over with my Fuente, first sheriff, county attorney. Basically, as Stacy said, there are two provisions in the Texas Labor Code. You have one provision that clearly states, makes no, it's 406.409 says a governmental entity that enters into a building or construction contract, and that's the key word, contract, as we go on, shall require the contractor to certify in writing the contractor provides workman's compensation insurance for each employee of the contractor employed on the public project. But then she said, Roger, she said there is another provision that is in direct contrast to that, and that's 504.014, and that goes on to exempt. And it says this: perform services that benefit a political subdivision or is employed by or under contract with a performer that performs these services, but payment from the political subdivision for connection with the operation shall not be paid by the hour, the day. It will be a certain set amount. And then she also provided a contract that she recommended that could be used in a situation such as we have at the women's shelter, where we are the contractor. We need a plumber to be the subcontractor. That plumber is not going to be paid by the hour, by the day, and there will be a certain amount. In fact, in most cases, we're buying the material. We're the contractor, and that's what changes us from the difference between 406 and 504. And I went over this with Omar, and I'd like to hear your comments on it, sir. Do you have any comments?
Yes, I have some issues, both regarding 504 406.104 and its interplay with 406.096, I think it'd be better suited for, executive session. I still have some concerns about this issue.
Are there any other questions?
No.
Do these, you advertise for these, or do you just hire them outright?
Well, it wouldn't make any, in other words, generally speaking, I think the problem has been in being able to find people to do work on projects that we're, the contractor that we're building, such as the community center, such as the women's shelter, such as the animal control facility. And it's this lady's opinion that we could hire craftsmen as our employees. Now, what this contract does, did you check that contract?
No, I haven't.
What the contract does, it exempts us from any consideration. She sent this contract and said, if you do, and if you read this contract, basically what it said, I'll give it to you, you can review it before. This is the side that pertains to what we're talking about. That what that does is exempts us from having to pay, if we do hire a plumber, that plumber cannot come back and charge and claim on our workman's comp, even though we are the contractor. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll discuss in a different session. All right, next, discuss possible action regarding qualification for grant writing and grant administration services for 2019-2020 Texas Community Development Block Grant Program, and appoint a selection committee to review and rank proposals. The committee must contain at least one elected official from the government.
This is for what project?
For the alternating grant between the city and the county.
Oh.
It's the county's turn to
It's our
apply
turn
for it.
to get the grant.
I'll make a motion to go out and apply for the grant and to appoint a committee of the judge, Roy, and Matt.
Okay,
Second.
there's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Nobody, 5-0. Item 22, discuss possible action regarding the appointment of a selection committee to review and rank submissions of El Verde County Redistricting RFQ.
You need a committee, how many? Doesn't matter.
Three.
Minimum of 3.
I think Janie should be on that. I don't know who else you'll want.
Judge.
The judge, Janie, and who else? Who's involved in redistricting most of the time? Huh?
The last time it was just to get it going.
Yeah.
We'll do the judge, Janie, and Roy.
Hello? Okay. Okay, there's a motion. A second. Okay, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Next, item 23, discuss possible action regarding the installation of transformers for 12 RV hookups and for the fairgrounds, estimate cost $12,000. The reason I put it there is, I don't think we can do it for this year, but at least we do need new transformers out there, so.
We'll have time to do it this year, or?
Well,
AEP would not be able to get their transformer in anymore. Not before
not
the end
before
of
the
the...
year.
Are we gonna have to pay for the installation of those transformers?
Yeah.
$4,300.
This is for the.
AEP won't waive those fees? I mean, they do it for big companies. We're county and we pay thousands of dollars worth of electricity bills every month. I asked and they said they would give us the best price. Who did you talk to, Mr. Albert? Albert, okay.
This is for the rodeo?
For the arena.
Well,
it's for the RV hookups.
It's for the RV hookups.
What we've usually done there in the past is, they're usually, 3 that come in with, 4 with, Martha's, that come in with, Bobby Paul. The other one, July 4th, there's, 3.
Yeah, but this year they're asking for a lot more. They're asking for more than, I mean, I know we've done a couple in the past.
No, we've
That's
always
been an
done,
issue,
we've
but
always done,
This year they're asking for how many?
8.
Wait. There was power that we had run from, where the bathrooms were at, back up, that would have serviced Ford comfortable, and then where Martha hooks up right up against the pins, that one was never an issue.
And it's still not an issue, I don't think that's.
But, we could've done 4, the main line was already run, and all the boxes and everything should have already been there.
The thing about it is whether we do 4, 8, or 12, basically the cost will be about the same.
Well, for the 4, there's enough power down there on that 200 amp meter that should have carried it. If we're gonna do 12, yes, there's not enough down there.
Did we not go out for RFQs to look at somebody to look at the long-term needs of the fairgrounds or something?
No, not just on,
For a master plan?
Yes.
No,
We need to look at that long-term, but you're talking about doing this, looking at this in next year's budget?
Yeah,
Well, can't we wait?
yeah, that's what I'm saying, for next year's budget.
Next year's
Yeah,
budget.
we'll just wait when we start with the budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. All right, next discussion and possible action regarding the payment of executed purchase not complying with current purchase policy.
List is getting bigger.
Precinct 3, or?
No, not on my list.
I've got a question. How can, because I'll probably end up on it. I'm not on it right now, but I'll probably end up on it. Precinct 1 and Precinct 4 have the JK services, but how's that even possible? Because those are uniforms, right? Those are standard uniforms. How can that even be? I just don't understand how they could be on there because those are reoccurring expenses.
These are overages from the, there's a PO there.
But how would they be able to determine an overage?
Somebody changed the uniform or added an employee?
I understand.
I don't know.
How do you do, it's gonna be real hard.
Anyway, I thought we didn't have G&K anymore.
No. We're sending a letter notifying them that they have to resubmit bids for next year's contracts. They had an automatic renewal clause in their contract.
Oh.
If you get a new uniform, it means you've got a new employee.
Yeah, but
So one's gone, so wouldn't you think it would balance out? Well, it's not exactly the same amount. If you look, they're very small amounts.
What I'm getting at, it'd be real hard as a commissioner, because that's how come I'm bringing it up, because I'm probably gonna be on there. It'd be real hard for a commissioner to write the PO, because I don't know what it's going to be.
Well, yeah. Well, there's probably a PO already out there. All you would have to do was request.
I understand that, but I'm not gonna know until it hits their office that it's hired. It's just, and we show up on the list but I'm not gonna be able to know. The commissioner's not gonna be able to know. Y'all are gonna end up with the bill before I end up with it, so there's no way for me to say, write a PO for X. Does that make sense? Yeah, we need to make sure, we're all trying to stay off of it. My deal is Precinct 1 and Precinct 4 are on it, but there's no way for them to be able to protect themselves from not being on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you can't, because you don't know what that number's gonna be. I'm more concerned about the ones where there was no PO at all.
At all.
And those are some pretty big amounts down there.
Yeah.
And they all seem to be coming from kind of the same place.
We've had a lot of problems. I don't know what happened with the 83rd, but we've had a lot of problems with our books, and we're still trying to solve an issue since December of last year, because it's really, really difficult to try to stay off this list when it comes to books, because there's recurring charges and there's updates on books that you can't avoid but you need. So I think that's what's happening with the judge. There's no way that you
They probably didn't know that it was coming, and then it just got there.
Believe me, I made numerous calls. I've been on the phone hours and hours trying to not be on this list because of books, and Rosa and Melissa know that. But it's just really hard to avoid being on this list, because there's no way. The books, we need them, and the companies are not budging. They send you the book and you can't return it. And if you do return it, try to get an invoice so that you're doing everything in a timely manner, you're still going to be on the list.
Those books are they're coming out of the law library right now, right? They're not coming out of it.
Ours do not.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
The motion, the second?
Yeah, just real quick, a comment on that. All those points you made were great points, but the issue also is, if we don't present them to you, they're violating personal policy. We
Yeah.
can't pay
No,
them.
I understand.
We do have to
Yeah.
present them to you.
Right.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Go get them, man.
Okay, there's a motion and a
Good job,
second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Item 25, discuss possible action requesting the Commission Court to approve Belfort County credit card for Andrea Casares, Assistant District Attorney, for traveling purposes. Steve Gallegos being the authorized user on the credit card as well, since he is employed under the BPU Act.
Move.
So move.
It has to be 2 cards.
2 cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's right.
Motion for 2 cards.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Next, item 25, discuss possible action to apply for Texas Forest Service grant in the amount of $8,440 with a match of 10% for a total of $9,240 for well-aligned gear.
We already did this.
I don't know if we did this in I don't think so. He said that, the money, the matching money he was getting from his donation funds.
Motion to approve.
A motion,
Second.
second. Okay, all those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Item 27, discuss possible action for authorizing Sheriff Joe Frank Martinez to request a new credit card for the Crime Victims Advocate.
Move.
So move.
Just need a name.
Second.
You have a name?
Who? What's,
A second. You did?
I did.
okay, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Item 28, discuss possible action authorizing Sheriff Joe Frank Martinez to apply for and accept a Technology Innovation for Public Safety Grant on behalf of Southwest Border Sheriff's Coalition to include the resolution.
Motion to approve. The sheriff did talk to me about this. This did not come to the grants committee because originally they were going to apply for it through the Southwest Border Sheriff's Coalition, but found out they couldn't. So in order to meet the deadline, they did it this, but he will bring it back to the grants committee at a later date.
Okay, there's a motion.
Second.
Second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Next, item 29, discuss possible action on purchasing a body cam to be paid out of travel and training.
Move.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Any more discussion? Not all those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Item 30, discuss possible action to transfer $600 from office supplies to training.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Item 31, monthly treasury report, I think all of you have it. You don't have to act on
Is this
this
the one we have
This
on?
is a good one.
This is the good one?
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
My name is Maria Lopez. I'm the Assistant County Treasurer. Unfortunately, unfortunately, my boss is not here. Aaron, he's in San Marcos attending to a 46th annual County Treasurer's Seminar.
Motion to approve.
There's a motion, second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Thank you. Item 32, Human Resource Monthly Report, April the 3rd, 2018 to April the 18th, 2018.
Move.
So move.
Second.
Second. Any questions, discussion? If not, all those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Item 33, discuss possible action on moving a portion of contingency fund to budget year.
Good morning, Judge. Commissioner.
Morning.
We received the preliminary numbers from the appraisal district. That form is going to be stagnant for this year. So we need to make
2 sheets for the judge to sign.
appropriate decisions going into that. I just put this item on here so we can start the discussion. That is, we still do have a lot of funds in there, so it's maybe something we want to look at going forward as we prepare for the next budget cycle, knowing that there is no additional revenue. Other than the additional revenue we anticipate from the wind farm.
So there'll be no additional revenue and an increase of rate
Correct.
at all. So our budget will be flat.
The budget will be flat, except for new bills.
When we had projected, those budgets, did we consider that being flat?
No, we did not. We considered about a 300 increase.
So we're gonna be short?
We'll have to see what new bills comes in, but more than likely, yes.
So you're proposing that we move, part of the contingency over into a restricted fund? Or
We could do that, or just be aware that we need to take.
You have a line item called, what, with the $2 million in it?
Well, yeah, that's a fund balance. You don't want to touch fund balance.
I'm not saying touching it, I'm saying move that into that.
Yeah, but that's still, either way, we don't want to touch it for good or bad. But there is a subsequent budget year line item.
How much money are you projecting to move?
I mean, we can move 200, but the issue is, if you need the 200 this year, you're just going to go tap it.
Yeah.
I guess
His
what
deal is just to make sure that
we still have it.
it.
That we don't keep tapping the contingency.
We need to have contingency going into next year because that's next year's capital.
I think that was a conversation.
Yeah, we seem to be spending it very rapidly. And so if we have no additional increase evaluation, while the wind farm is gonna generate some additional money, but it will just balance the budget back to zero.
Correct.
It's not going to generate revenue for us to give out pay raises or equipment or anything else.
You are correct. There will be some
Just filling
savings.
in the hole.
And that's all it's doing.
There will be some savings from appropriations, but that should not be used for ongoing costs. That's basically your capital, and that's it. Or to pay down liabilities or pensions or anything like that.
When do we anticipate the first budget cycle?
Hopefully, middle of May.
May, you could probably send out your budget request and get those back by May 31st, and then we can start from there.
So you would like to move 250,000 into a, what are you gonna call it?
We could, it doesn't matter what we call it. We just need to be aware that cannot go to zero this year.
You wanna move it or you don't wanna move it?
We can move, we can move 250 over subsequent budget year, but you already had, you were trying to set aside 100,000 for something over on 90 Westgate?
Well, we have the Westgate project.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, we have 100,000, which I thought we'd already set aside. We have not?
We did not set aside.
So,
You
and
made the
then
motion
you
to set
wanted,
aside.
I thought we did make a motion.
We did.
Yeah, we did. We didn't take any formal action to set aside. It's still contingency because we're aware of it.
Yeah, well, you know, I would prefer that the money wasn't sitting there, that, we know what it looks like, so we know what the real number is. You know, I don't know what we plan on doing next year with pay raises and all that, but we gotta have funding to do that.
Yeah, your pay raises, we're already 225 in the pay raises.
Yep.
Which wasn't calculated when we did our projections last year.
Every time it's bad, he looks at me. It's okay, man.
All right.
So.
Yeah, we'll start.
Do you want to formally move it, or?
No, I think we should.
That's just a notice.
It's up to y'all.
We need to, I'd ask Matt, and we need to have this conversation, but we need to know exactly how much money's there. If we throw that money into this mix, it's like in our mind, it's there.
Yeah.
And we can use it. If you put it somewhere else, then you have a better idea of how our budget's going, and you're not going to want to get into it.
I mean, I would like to see at least that 100,000 we'd set aside and moved out into the Laughlin Loop project or whatever we called it. And then, we have to slow down on tapping contingency.
Well, you made the number right now was 250. If we moved it out, right now, I would feel more comfortable because you get a better idea of it.
Yeah, what we're really looking at.
Yes.
So I'll make a motion to move 250 out of contingency into a,
Reserves for next year?
reserves for next year and Laughlin project. Or are you gonna move the 250 plus the 100?
Oh, well, 250 would do the 150 plus the 100 for Laughlin.
Okay, so.
250 total.
250 total.
Okay, there's a motion. You want to
Second, I'm sorry.
All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Nobody, 5-0. All right, next, the monthly auditor's report. We got it.
Move.
So move.
Second.
Second. Any questions? Not all those in favor indicate by saying aye. All those opposed? Nobody, 5-0.
Judge,
Yes.
can we go back to the item on the Mark Line Strike demonstration?
Sure.
I forgot to mention something. These people have invited several counties.
Okay.
Maverick County, Uvalde County, Edwards, Kinney, and Sutton, and the cities. So I think we're gonna have a big crowd down there, participating in this demonstration.
Good. Thank you.
Can you get something out, or have one need to get something out to all the road crews so they know to be there?
Okay.
Or have one need to see something?
Okay, we'll now go into executive session pursuant to the Government Code 551.071, parentheses 1, parentheses A, and 551.071, parentheses 2, and 551.074, parentheses A, parentheses 1. Is there any subdivision plats?
Yes, sir. This is the plat that's been Commissioner Owens and Cleason. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
That's the one that we just went over?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No, I don't. Anybody else? If not, I'll make a motion to approve it. Second.
There's a motion. Second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nobody. Any certificates of compliance? Okay. Need a motion to accept the monthly report from elected officials? So moved. Second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, nobody. Approve bills to be for payment. Matt?
We do, guys. We have one that we're going to have to take out of contingency. It's for CRS.
I know we did that.
We did have a discussion.
Why are we taking it out of contingency?
Well, there is no room in the sheriff's line item. The line item left in the sheriff's is $7,600.
So nowhere in his budget, there is a place to get this money.
There is a line item called doctors and prescription medications, is budgeted for whatever's budgeted for, $9,000. But it can't cover this invoice, and the balance.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you, is there anywhere within his budget to get this money?
A small portion.
How much is it?
It is $25,874.
So through all the salary, say, everything else is in that budget. We're talking about $1 million something budget. There is no place to find this money in extra savings.
Yes, we do have appropriation savings, but we don't want to spend appropriation savings. I mean, it'd be a little difficult, but...
Why would it be difficult?
Okay, so you want to take appropriation savings, you want to do a journal entry that, move the money to contingencies? Because you can't hit this on the salary line item.
You have a savings. We just did it 5 minutes ago with the money for a computer for a department. They had savings and salaries. We paid it out of there.
We'll reduce their salary line item and just move it over into capital.
Well, yeah, we reduced it. But, I mean, I know we have savings.
Okay, we do have savings in the salaries. We can reduce the salaries even more, and then we'll move it over to contingency.
Got a motion?
And then take it out of contingency, so it'll have a zero net effect on contingency.
Why are you even moving to contingency? Why not just transfer it to the line item that he has not enough money in, and then just pay the bill out of that line item that's there?
We can go that way.
It's cleaner.
Yeah. Motion to put the money out, move it. Yeah, do whatever.
There's a motion, and a second?
Second.
Second. Any more? Not all those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed?
We have to continue to find ways to fund these things somewhere other than contingency.
No comments from me. If nothing else, it means good.